Have you ever stood in the supermarket aisle staring at a carton of eggs and wondering, are these little shells full of health or a hidden danger? For years, eggs have had a roller coaster reputation. One decade, they're a breakfast staple. The next, they're accused of raising your cholesterol. So what does the latest science really say? Should you eat eggs? Let's crack into the evidence. First, let's talk about what you actually get when you eat an egg. One large egg delivers around 5 to 7 grams of complete high-quality protein. That means it provides all the essential amino acids your body can't make on its own. Eggs are also surprisingly rich in other nutrients. You get vitamin B12 for your nervous system, vitamin D for strong bones and immunity, selenium for cellular protection, and choline, which is key for brain health and memory. Eggs are especially high in two antioxidants, lutein and zeaxanthin. These compounds collect in the eye, where they play a major role protecting your vision over time, especially important as we age. It's not a stretch to say that, dollar for dollar, eggs pack a nutritional punch that's hard to beat. But of course, the classic concern is cholesterol. One egg yolk contains about 186 milligrams of cholesterol, almost two-thirds of the old recommended daily limit. This led to years of warnings to restrict eggs if you cared about your heart. But here's what scientists have uncovered. For most healthy people, the cholesterol in food doesn't have much impact on the cholesterol in your blood. That's because your liver balances things out by making less cholesterol when you eat more of it from food. In fact, comprehensive studies, the kind that track hundreds of thousands of people, show no link between moderate egg consumption and higher risk of heart disease. A major 2020 analysis in the BMJR found that eating up to one egg per day had no significant effect on heart health in otherwise healthy adults. So if your cholesterol is normal, an egg a day seems perfectly safe. Now, what if you have type 2 diabetes or worry you might be at risk? Here things get a bit more complicated. Some earlier U.S. research did find that eating several eggs per week might increase heart risk in people who already have diabetes. However, more recent and more rigorous studies, including randomized controlled trials, paint a gentler picture. When people with diabetes ate moderate amounts of eggs, say 3 to 6 per week, in the context of a healthy diet, their blood sugar and cholesterol levels didn't get worse. What seems to matter more is the overall diet and lifestyle, not the eggs themselves. If the rest of your meals are loaded with vegetables, whole grains, and healthy fats, a few eggs each week are unlikely to tip the scales in the wrong direction. You might also be wondering about cancer risk or other long-term concerns. Again, the evidence is reassuring. Large evaluations show little to no connection between eating eggs in moderate amounts and the risk of most major cancers. When risks do show up, they're almost always tied to diets high in processed meats, fried foods, and low in fruits and veggies, not eggs specifically. So while eggs can't undo the effects of an otherwise unhealthy diet, they're not the culprit either. So what's the bottom line? How many eggs can you safely eat? For healthy adults, multiple large studies support the safety of eating up to one egg per day. That's 7 eggs a week. Some research even suggests that going up to 12 eggs per week is fine, especially if your diet overall is balanced and rich in plants. If you have diabetes or heart disease, being slightly more cautious, aiming for about 3 to 6 eggs each week, may be wise, but it's not a hard and fast rule. The real key is your overall diet. Eggs are good, but they're best as part of an eating pattern with plenty of fiber, healthy fat, and minimal processed foods. So, should you eat eggs? For most people, the answer is yes. Not only are eggs nutritious and affordable, but they're endlessly versatile, whether boiled, scrambled, or baked into your favorite dishes. If you're generally healthy, an egg a day is not just safe, it's probably good for you. And if you have diabetes or heart issues, eggs can usually still be part of your plate, as long as you keep an eye on the bigger dietary picture. Thanks for joining us in this egg investigation. If you enjoyed this breakdown, feel free to like, subscribe, or leave your own egg questions in the comments. Until next time, eat well, and remember, when it comes to eggs, moderation and balance are always in style.